So
We should be starting
We're
right
late.
now. Yo, hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
It's
yo.
it's still on the waiting page.
So yeah, don't worry about it. Refresh, refresh.
It'll be a delay.
Okay, yeah, I can hear everybody. I think we're good. Is everyone good to go? Hello?
I'm good. I'm ready.
I'm good.
I'm steady.
I'm chilling.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Showtime Nerds podcast. It has been a fucking minute, dude. How we all doing today? I'm with my co-host, Grimo,
You already know.
Cosmic McNider, aka Zachary,
Yo.
Nova Denuclear,
Hi.
and of course, the myth, the man, the legend himself, Ralph.
Yes.
Gucci man. The Gucci man too.
Okay, boys, we have a lot of stuff to discuss. We just passed, I think it's been 2 weeks since D23, or a week and a half since D23 happened, and a lot of big announcements specifically for Marvel released, and we're just going to be talking about it. How do you guys feel? How do you think this D23 went? Well, like, reveal-wise.
Fucking lame.
I mean, I kind of agree with him. Like, it's great and all, but like, nothing really big came out of it. Let's be honest.
It was
Like,
good, but
bro,
expectations are kind of low now.
That shit didn't have me kicking in my seat, like excited like a little kid. It was just like, oh, okay, that's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's like what, two things mainly that got us hyped. We'll talk about them, but like that's about it. So all in
Right.
all, pretty mid showing from
Yes.
Marvel.
Yeah. I think it's definitely been the theme of Marvel lately. Mid has definitely been the word to describe Marvel as of late.
Fucking
eh.
mid.
Yeah. I guess let's just jump into like the first thing they announced, which was Captain America: New World Order. In the comics, New World Order actually worked under Red Skull and focused primarily on capturing the Hulk and using it any way the Red Skull desired. Granted, it was short-lived as the Hulk eventually broke free, but would it be interesting to see what the leader might do? What do we think could possibly happen in the fourth installment of Captain America?
My man, you said that shit so.
Yeah.
Hey, we're giving viewers just pretext. They don't need to. They don't need to
I
hear
know,
the
I
whole
know.
bio.
But
So,
it's just like-
let's-
want
let's-
to-
you sound like
Let's-
you know when you go to like an amusement park and there's like the already pre-recorded speaker. That's what you just sounded so like governmentish.
So here's the way we're
filtered.
gonna do it. Here's the way we're gonna do it. I usually just want to give a little excerpt, like a little preamble, and then we're just gonna kick things off with the topic. Let's start with you, Grim. Since you called it mid, let's talk with you. How do you feel about Captain America 4?
Well, Captain America 4. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really disappointed with Captain America and Winter Soldier. I felt like it really brought racial issues and it brought back
You
like
mean
a lot of
Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
no
Oh, is
Captain America.
No, they officially
And-
changed the title at the end of the
Change the
series.
title at the end of the
Exactly,
series. So yeah, he's
exactly.
right.
That's
Yeah.
that's-
Yep.
I didn't
It's
even
a
notice
small
that.
little Easter
No,
egg,
I
but
see-
I
That was
think
like
it was
the very
important
end.
for them.
As soon as he like officially took the mantle of, as Captain America, I never called
That's
him Falcon
interesting.
ever again. That's because, to be honest, you gotta give him respect. He
Actually-
is Captain America, and I think
Speaking of that, yeah, we do get the new Captain America, new Falcon, Joaquin Torres. He's gonna take the role of Falcon in the new movie with
Yeah.
Isaiah Bradley and probably his nephew Eli Bradley coming back. Of course, Eli being the Patriot in the comics, and
Oh,
we're also getting Samuel Stern, aka the leader, as I mentioned before. So yeah, that's definitely fucking hype. I'm very excited about that.
I can't wait to see that massive ass forehead in 4K, bro.
He just like me.
Live
He's
action.
just like me for real, for real.
He really is, bro. That
We're
man,
gonna be getting-
he's
we're
gonna
gonna be
look
getting-
like Bart in real life.
Hasn't
God.
he?
Fucking head.
He's the longest villain to survive the MCU, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, because he was in the original Incredible Hulk. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
We're gonna be getting.
He really is.
yeah,
We're
dude.
getting some live action
Hey,
Megamind here.
But I've enjoyed that. I love that they're bringing back like basically every big character from Incredible Hulk, because we got the Abomination back in
Yeah.
She-Hulk, and we actually got a conclusion to like sort of like how he resolved things with Bruce, which was cool, and now we actually got the leader, which is fucking sick. Now all we need is Betty Ross back, which is probably never gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it would be cool if they could finagle it, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah. So Grim, what do you expect out of this? Primarily, I guess for Captain America.
I mean, honestly, I think they're gonna probably focus less on the racial issue like they did for the show and focus more on what, Sam Wilson can do as Captain America.
Right.
Huh?
What?
Wait,
What was
no?
that, Nova?
Was it over?
Yes.
All right. So
Okay.
yeah.
Slime, hold up.
Standing ovation.
My cue. Thank you for my cue. Thank you for my cue.
All right.
Stealing my
Awesome.
lines, bro.
Awesome.
I know, right? No, but with the Captain America, like Grim said, we gotta give him the respect of Captain America. And honestly, we might not see Blair Ross because that actress has good roles, but in the movie, she really didn't have that it factor that most of the actors had. And it seems that we're having a trend that we might bring some people back, and we might have a chance to see her because since the actor who played Thunderbolt died, so we might have a chance to see the Red She-Hulk instead of the Red Hulk. And
Do you think he's
switch
gonna
up
be in
their
the series, by the way?
Red Hulk?
Ooh, the Red Hulk?
No,
don't
I
think
mean
so.
like Thunderbolt Ross, like the guy that plays him. Do you think he's gonna be in?
he passed away.
No, but he passed
Yeah,
away
I think-
like after filming though.
I think they might just do a memorial for him. I don't think they would do the CGI because
He
they
might be
wouldn't
in like
do it
one
for-
episode or
for
something.
Jack. They might just do it as a memorial, like pictures and all that. I don't believe that they would recast or do CGI on him.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
can
like-
see that.
I
I'm
feel like-
thinking the same.
Thunderbolt Ross as a character can always be interchanged with something else, you know. Uh,
I think if they're gonna do the Red Hulk way, they probably just leave him as Red Hulk and he never changes back to Thunderbolt.
Yeah, they could definitely
mean-
do that.
if you want to do it, you could just make it a theme that if an actor doesn't come back in the Hulkverse, they just get replaced. Because they did it with Mark Ruffalo. Who's to say they can't do it with Red Hulk? You know. And it would be a shame. I would love to see Thunderbolt Ross and like.
Yeah,
him-
but I think Marvel has a little bit of a trend. Like for example, with freaking Tony Stark's like right hand man,
Rhodey.
Colonel James Rhodes.
Rhodey.
yeah, Rhodes. There you go.
Damn, he
So
said his
like
full
with
government
Rhodes,
name.
he got with Rhodes, you saw him get like recasted, but when Bossman died, they were like, no, we're not recasting people that died because we want to give them the honor. So I feel like when actors die, I don't think they want to touch the character ever
Right.
again. So I don't think they'll try to recast or do anything else because I just feel like that's the honor they try to give.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And especially,
Oh, you go for it. Go for it.
I was just gonna say in William Hurt's case, he's been pretty like significant. His face is very synonymous with like authority in the MCU. So like it's gonna be very hard to just be like, oh yeah, this is a new guy that we're gonna like have take his role. It's not as easy as the Hulk, like where we just got one movie and that was it. He's been in like 3, 4.
I think
Someone check my math, but I think
It was
it's
3.
somewhere on.
because it was
3?
what,
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk, Civil War, and what else?
Iron Man.
Right. Forgot.
Oh, and Black Widow.
Right, that too.
Yeah.
Right,
so,
right,
so
right.
it is
Four,
four.
Right.
four,
Damn.
four.
Yeah.
I forgot about Black Widow.
I
was a
did
thing.
not remember. I did
Yeah,
not
that
remember
Black
Iron
movie
Man.
blanked on me. He was only at the post credit scene though for Iron Man.
Right.
Like, not post credits, but like towards the
That's
end.
why I blinked. That's why I blinked. Okay.
Uh,
But yeah, he's been consistent. Like he's been a consistent background character for a while. So
yeah.
it'd be not as big a deal, but it's still very similar to like replacing Fury. Like you're not gonna do that. Like
Fair
if
enough.
the background character has been consistent.
Like, what do you
it's
think
not-
about Captain America: New World Order?
me?
Oh no! I'm sorry.
The-
Ralph,
the,
I
uh,
love
Why did you freak
I
out?
love how Ralph
The,
noticed. He's like, "Damn, this motherfucker is talking too long." Zach, what do you
Ah.
think?
That's not what the
fair
shit that we're
point.
talking about. Yeah, I
Point.
know.
You know,
No,
was
okay.
about to
If
say
you
that too.
want, let me pose you a different question, Jack.
Okay.
Zach, what do you think is the future for the Hulks specifically in this movie? Because the leader in the comics and New World Order in the comics does deal with like gamma super soldier serum and really just deals with like Hulks primarily. So what do you think could be next for like Bruce and Jen coming up with New World Order?
maybe Marvel goes back to like bread and butter super soldier serum, just like super army or some shit like that, because that's like Captain America style movies. They're all about like government, military, some form of like world threat. So like I don't know, especially with a title like New World Order, it seems very like so like we're gonna be getting some kind of organization. Maybe we get the return of Hive or shoot, what's the other one?
Aim.
AIM. Thank you. Something. Even though I know, I think
New
Armor
World
Wars.
Order is the organization.
Oh, really?
Wait.
Really?
Oh, damn.
New World Order is
Yeah.
like the organization Red Skull had under his thumb for a bit. Yeah.
So we think that. So that's what we're thinking, that the
Well, they-
leader is going to be taking over that organization, and that's what it's
No,
going to
that's-
be. Like this is
that's-
the new Hydra remnant that
Yo,
we're getting.
wake your ass up.
That's the
Head
thing though,
ass.
because they did tease like a little bit of Hydra coming back in Falcon and Winter Soldier, so it's interesting to actually
True.
like, notice
And
that.
they've had it in Ant-Man too. Like there's leftover people.
Yeah.
Well, this is like going back to Ant-Man 1, but still, like there's leftover characters in the world. Oh, they teased it in Civil War too with the one guy, that like agent that Zemo caught and then basically tortured.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I genuinely hope that if they do anything with like Bruce and Jen, that it ends up leading to World War Hulk or the start of World War Hulk, so that could be a future like event to happen. Like the Hulk doesn't show up for like, oh that sounded like a nerd shit. The Hulk doesn't show up for like 10 years in like movies, but then comes back and just fucking demolishes after this movie. That's like sort of a pipe dream for me. But yeah. I think it's sort of the same thing that we would say about like, you know, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. There's not really much to talk about this movie, except that we know a lot of returning characters from Captain America and the Winter Soldier are coming back to reprise their roles, and we do know that the leader is going to be the new villain. So yeah, definitely excited for that. And I guess we can move on since Grim is so sleepy.
Listen, it's not the topic. Is this man Zach? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeesh, I try to talk about some ideas, and this man's down my throat in 2 seconds. Jeez,
Listen,
no man can
don't
work.
ever become a professor, bro.
No, if you guys want to talk
I don't
about
wanna teach.
professors, I've had a professor that talked for almost 3 hours straight, nonstop, and I have knocked out in this class before. I can't. You can't do that to your students. That's unfair.
Yeah, I can't say anything. I sleep in
Whining,
every
bro.
class.
So the next movie we're going to talk about is the Thunderbolts. So this team is actually really interesting, in my opinion. It has Black Widow, U.S. Agent, Ghost from the second Ant-Man movie, Taskmaster from I forget where, Red Guardian, and
From Black Widow.
and Bucky
From
Barnes.
Black Widow.
So
This is this woman's
dude,
whole career.
This lineup is interesting because a lot of these characters did not get enough shine or enough love to, I guess you can call like actual characters. Like Ghost.
They're like the rejects, except for Bucky. He's the one like real character, but everybody else is a reject.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
feel
that's the
like
number one
it's
question,
pretty-
though. Like, why the fuck is
pretty
Bucky there?
significant,
Yeah.
but-
So
Yeah.
hold up.
Yes, okay, am I
Let
the
me
only one that...
let me get to it. In the comics, the Thunderbolts were a team of reformed villains who wanted to find a place to do good. Most of the team's stories centered around redemption and wanting to find a place to
Suicide
belong.
Squad.
And
Sorry, I just had Suicide Squad in my throat.
shut up.
It's not, but
Shut-
it's
shut
like
the-
Suicide
shut the
Squad, but
fuck
they
up.
weren't threatened to die.
So far, the team is very accurate to its comic roots. All these characters are villains or antagonists in Marvel projects in the past. They could bring a lot of characters the shine that they deserve and hopefully flesh out their character more. What do you want to see from the characters involved in the Thunderbolts? I'll start with Ralph on this one.
What do I want to see?
Yeah, because we actually have Ghost, who I think just really didn't have enough room to be an actual character. So she can be a completely different slate. We have Red
The
Guardian.
problem is, I feel like this is such a spy movie type shit, though. And I didn't want it to be. And I didn't
Yeah, I
want
can
it to
do
be,
that.
though. Like,
yeah, it's supposed to be some like supervillain shit.
it's
Just,
actually
like,
supposed to be
formed
like,
in air quotes.
yeah, it's supposed to be like its own smaller version of the Avengers, not some like. This seems like some low-level Defender shit.
Because they killed off all the cool villains.
That's what
And
I'm
then just
saying,
had,
bro.
And just had the rejects
True.
around. They were like,
Marvel
yo,
does-
kill off everyone. Oh shit, we forgot to kill these dudes. Put them in a team.
Like,
I mean,
if Marvel
it's
has
interesting.
one-offing villains.
It's interesting though.
Like,
'cause
Honestly,
I think
they're hiding stuff.
What's up?
I think they're just hiding, so I don't think they're giving us the whole team. I don't think this is gonna be the whole team, or like they might be switching out some people.
You
Right.
have hope.
Well, I mean, they
Wow.
did.
Mm.
They did
Oh,
announce. They
I
did
mean-
announce. They did announce. And no. They did announce before this announcement that there would be new characters introduced in the MCU through the Thunderbolts.
Right.
So we
Yeah,
we
so
could
I'll-
definitely. This is definitely not the whole lineup.
The way I see it is that they're most likely gonna do like a little Suicide Squad thing, and they're gonna kill off a few characters that they find kind of like
Yeah,
useless
that's what I was
to
gonna say.
give them
Red
their,
Guardians
their own.
for sure dying.
Yeah, to give them their own, and then they're just gonna like bring new characters and be like, oh, so you wanted this character? Here they are magically, because it's been very mid. They stopped focusing on actual character development, and they're just throwing in people. Just
Right. I think though, like, some of these characters are interesting. I know Bucky, like, especially where we left off with him in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, he feels like that he's unforgivable, and he feels like there isn't much left for him to, like, really redeem himself in his life. And I feel like the Thunderbolts are a great way for him to be like, this is my chance to reform these guys and make them into, like, a force of good that can actually be helpful to the world instead of
You
doing
think
what they
Bucky's
did.
gonna try to be the leader?
I think here's my theory. I think Yelena and Bucky are gonna fight for the leader spot, and then because Yelena was like sort of, you could say, is like the one of the villains of Hawkeye, sort of just coming at Hawkeye any chance she can get. But like, it's also, I think for me, is like, one, this is her fully dealing with her sister's death and sort of being like, I've been so angry and so just an asshole all these years. Maybe it's time for me to do a step in the right direction. Be into the light, like Natasha would want. And then Bucky is sort of just like in the camp of, well, these guys could be used for force of good, and I'm not doing anything particularly important right now. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they would be an interesting duo to work together.
I see that happening, but not with those specific characters. I see it happening with Yelena, but I see it happening more with John Walker. I see him
gonna say the
trying to
same shit.
fill the lead role,
gonna-
quote unquote.
I was gonna say the
No.
same shit.
He's
No.
trying. He's got something to prove,
know,
with
I'm
everything
a-
that happened.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I
be
agree
honest
with you.
with you.
I agree with you. He does have something to prove, but I don't know if he'd be in the leader spot.
I'm not
No,
gonna
he's
lie.
gonna. No, he's not gonna get the leader spot. He's gonna
No, he
fight for it,
wants
but he's
it,
gonna
yeah,
be a
exactly.
bitch about it, and then he's
No,
gonna
no.
lose it to Bucky.
I
That's what
think
I
I
think
think
is
it's closer. I think it's closer to like Gabe. I mean, I'm trying because I kind of like lost a little bit of hope for MCU, so I could see them like just completely ruining out Bucky just for the sake
could,
of
yeah.
the Thunderbolts.
Yes,
And I feel like they're just gonna make him some sort of like
Quit
They're gonna
pushing
kill him off
shy,
probably. Actually,
depressed, like this just like this sad character who's just like very melodramatic, and you just don't want to see him because he's just so like full of how.
I feel like he's gonna die. Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like he's gonna die.
They're gonna make him like a pity parade. I feel like that's what they're gonna do to him.
Nah, no way. Because
No,
I-
I can. No,
especially-
I can
He's gonna be the
see
Phil
this-
Coulson to their Avengers.
No,
right,
'cause, like,
he's,
look,
he's,
no.
I don't know.
No, because look with Captain America and Winter Soldier, like he was having progress, and then it's.
The second time.
I was interrupted
I think-
by the pacer test. I don't know how to feel about
I
that.
think this is his polite way of saying, "Can I speak?"
Oh, you guys heard that?
you good?
yes,
Yes, we heard that.
I have my mic muted,
For
so I don't know how you heard it.
no, you
We-
were
we
you
heard
were,
the
you were
whole
not
thing.
muted. You were not muted.
I
For
was
context,
muted. I have my red
folks, Lewis is currently editing a video which will come out soon.
Nova.
Yeah, right.
Dumbass. Dumbass.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's
talking
gonna be
about
editing
Right.
Thunderbolts, I genuinely believe that Bucky and Yelena will shut the fuck up. Yelena and Bucky will definitely be leaders. I think John Walker. So who said John Walker had something to prove? It was Ralph, right?
No,
did,
it was Zach.
Yeah, I
So-
did,
so,
but yeah,
Zach,
I definitely think that's gonna be him.
I believe you, and I feel like this is like gonna be John Walker's anger management class, and it's really just gonna be him having to deal with, not only just realizing that he is not the person to be a leader, realizing that he is not, going to be.
I realize he's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
He's gonna
no,
realize
I
that
get-
he has a
no,
specific
the reason-
role
the re-
on a team, and he's gonna have to learn to be okay with that. And I
no,
think that's
I
fine.
feel like it's gonna be that Valentina's gonna be like goading him and like encouraging him to be the leader role, because that's what we saw in the series. She was trying to, like, I don't know, hype him up sort of, but like be his fury, but like be more, I don't know, manipulative and supportive rather than like intentionally hyping.
Closer. Nova, you're still muted.
No, you're still
You're
muted.
still not muted.
So how the
Oh,
fuck
man.
do I mute, bro?
Nova, you're on
Mine's
mute, bro.
muted.
Dude, I swear to
It's
God.
not though.
Are you sitting watching
Oh,
porn all by
I
yourself?
don't think we should have.
Joe, you guys
seen
are
this.
Nah, it's fine.
you guys are making me work overtime for this.
I didn't say you should edit during this stream. You decided to do that.
Uh,
That was on you.
You said
I said
you
if
said
you wanted
Nova,
to. I said if you wanted to.
you said you literally told me, Nova, I'm gonna whip you if you.
That's not what I said.
No.
Yo.
That's not what I
Alright.
said.
said-
Moving
you said-
the
you said-
freak on.
You said Nova, I'll get my belt. I'm
No,
go
no.
finish my video.
Alright.
Nope. Okay,
Get
I
so
want it
to the
per.
getting
goddamn
I'm
point.
getting distracted.
I'm not getting paid.
Guys,
I'm going
I'm-
to contact my lawyers.
I just muted him on my end. So we're gonna talk about also just we also have the Ghost. I don't think I can say anything much about the Ghost, specifically because one, like I said, she's a completely new slate. There's nothing we can talk about with her. Taskmaster is interesting. Because she's sort of in the same spot as Ghost, and where there is no character in that like name, but it's interesting to see how she is going to react from the aftermath of Black Widow, because now she's a free soldier with the ability to mimic other characters like fighting abilities. So
Yeah, but she also had that weird ending where like Black Widow is like, you're free now, you could do whatever you want, and she's just gonna be like,
yeah,
clueless.
it is a weird inclusion how after so many years of fighting for an organization, she's free, so she decides to fight for an organization again. Very weird. It could be.
That was the same shit with Bucky though.
No, but like pondering
Bucky,
query, she's technically a fugitive, like an assassin that's wanted by governments. So this could be like a Suicide Squad thing that Grim brought up. Just she gets roped in by the government for doing shit. Yeah, literally, like this could I could easily, like Grim said, with how Marvel's running, I can easily see that being their like excuse, quote unquote, for what they want to do.
Right.
That's so easy for them to just.
Is this
slip.
gonna be a movie
Same
or a
thing with
series?
Red Guardian. Where the hell
This
does
is
he
gonna be a
come
movie.
from?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, this is gonna be a movie. Dude, this is gonna be
I
some
hate when you ask
crazy-
that shit, because Ralph is the type of person to be like, yeah, I want it as a series, and then when Loki comes out, he's like, you know what? I think it should have all been in one go. You know, I really would have.
No, yeah, he said that. He said that.
You a bum. Shut up.
WandaVision was better as a TV show, that
Alright.
for sure.
Okay.
It was
okay.
structured as a goddamn TV show, so I'd hope so.
Okay, so we also have Red Guardian, and I have this crackpot theory about what's gonna happen in this movie. So,
Please,
you
lay it
know,
out.
the whole theme of this movie is like multiverse and like going across time and space to see other variants of things. It would be super cool if, and this is just my crackpot theory, if somehow, what is his name? John Walker goes back in time to fight Red Guardian in like World War II. And so the Captain America
Oh,
that
and
he's
that's the one
referring
he
as
thought.
is the one that
Oh
he's
my
fighting.
God.
I think that would be so fucking cool if that happened in this movie.
That would be a meme moment, and I could definitely see it being fun.
That
Just
would be
for the
funny.
lulz, just for the fucking
Grim is pogging
television.
out right now. Grim is pogging out right now.
This is
No, honestly,
this is
that
the
would be
first
cool.
like a good theory that you've ever given. I fucking
Oh,
love
no,
it.
no, 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 no. It's not a good theory. That's not a
This
good
is-
theory. That's
this
just a
is-
theory you like.
This is
No, don't call it good.
So you're saying my theories are shit? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that theory is a little
Wow.
out there, but don't call it a good theory like it's
how
gonna
is it
happen.
not good? Because
No, it's
he
full
did
circle,
come-
bro.
Like it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
It is full
It's like,
circle.
it's actually giving attention to detail. He did say he fought alongside Captain America, so it would just like it'd be funny.
No, he
if
fought
we
against. He fought against.
Oh
Captain America.
against Captain America. It'd be funny now if we see that the Captain America he thought was Steve Rogers turns out to be John Walker, and it'd be like
Bro.
a cool fucking Easter egg that people who actually have seen all the movies, people who actually care, would notice, and I think that'd be fucking beautiful. That'd
It would be
be
great, but we know from Multiverse of Madness they're not going
Yes.
to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna recycle
Why?
shit. So
Why
no.
not? Why not? I feel like, especially with what they're directing towards with like Ant-Man Quantumania and like them dealing with like the quantum realm, I don't think it's far out to be a possibility that like, you know, because like, let's say whatever government body is dealing with Thunderbolts, like the U.S. government, strike, sword, whatever, is saying like, oh yeah, we got this
Ooh,
tech,
strike.
we got this tech from the back of a van, and now we're going to use it to time travel so certain events go our way. And that's always possible. With like shit like this, it's never, everything is possible, but plausibly
Everything's on the
it
table.
won't happen. If it
Yeah,
does,
that's what I'm
No.
saying.
if it does, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to shit my dick in the theater.
I don't know how
and
you
I'm
could do
pretty
that,
sure there'll be
but
plenty
Yeah.
of people with you.
Yeah.
it's just the quality of Marvel lately. It's just they have like they're throwing so much attention down, and if they do that, honestly, I'll feel a little more pleased with the whole work that they're doing, because at least it shows they somewhat look back. Because I feel like they're just
You
not
at least
looking back.
you think you'd at least reference it though. Like,
Yeah,
you know
like-
what I mean. Like it's like
Oh,
I
yeah.
fought you like you think at least like Alexi would say to John Walker like I swear I fought you a long time ago.
Yeah,
Who
so-
knows?
At least
Who
like
knows?
at
You know what?
least
If they
That would
see
be-
each
you know,
other,
That's a good
at
moment.
least that at least that.
Who knows? If they see each other, he might be like, you're weird.
You look familiar.
Yeah. Or just like in the red Guardian type of way, he's just like, were you in prison with me? Or like some type of dumb shit.
I feel like
Alright.
what they might also do is just like make him mock John Walker for being like bootleg Captain America.
And
No,
then,
for sure,
Like,
for
they're so
sure,
gonna
for
do
sure.
that. They are
Alexi
so
is gonna
gonna
carry
do
the
it.
comedy of this movie.
That's mostly what we're gonna get. We're not gonna get what we want. We're just gonna be like, oh, you bootleg Captain America, come drink with me some beer, like some bullshit like that. That's
He's
what.
gonna do that like 6 times. I guarantee it. And Yelena's gonna do it at least twice, just
No,
because.
trust me, for
she's
sure. This
pissing
might not be a
him off.
good movie, but it's gonna be funny.
so I genuinely think that this has the potential to be, you know, like Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad, because it really just is
Oh, yeah.
Marvel's equivalent.
I can't wait
But-
to see Ghost get clipped.
But I
Probably.
I'm
Like somebody's getting axed on this team. I'll say that.
I'm
now.
really hoping that whatever they do with this team, it actually is worthwhile for creating this movie, because I think that Bucky, Yelena, fucking John Walker are 3 interesting characters that they have not done a lot with. So to see their potential be wasted or not fully utilized in this movie would. I have my sign language translator over here. He's going at it. Yeah, but just to see them not fully utilized would just suck.
No, yeah. Especially and it give depth to literal characters like Taskmaster, who we got like what 2 seconds of dubbing.
Anyway,
I'm not-
Anyways, Silent Wolf, please continue, brother.
Yeah, I think I definitely think Taskmaster is interesting, but there's still a lot to see about this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
The next one is actually our first Disney Plus show in the list. It's Ironheart. So Ironheart takes place after Wakanda Forever, as Riri Williams is in the movie. There's been a ton of leaks and promotion and like merchandise stuff that shows her Iron Man armor and her as a character. So she's gonna be in that movie, and this is sort of interesting because Riri in the comics was actually very heavily tied to Tony Stark and his sort of circle of people. But since Tony Stark is, gone, vanished, it's could be interesting to see Pepper and Morgan back in this series as sort of a mentor of such to help guide Riri in the world of superheroes. Because, Pepper has been by Tony's side all this time, and it could be really interesting to see the dynamic between these 2 women and to see how Morgan's doing, because we have not seen Morgan since Endgame when her dad went away permanently.
Yeah.
There's also the possibility, and a very small possibility, of Robert Downey Jr. returning as the Stark AI. Because in the comics, when Riri was first introduced and like fully becoming a superhero, she had a Stark AI consciousness sort of guiding her and talking to her and being her, basically her assistant, throughout like her early superhero career. So if they bring back Robert Downey Jr. for that, that would be sick. If they don't do it and make it like sort of like Friday or Jarvis, I'm down. Either way, I feel like Riri, out of all the characters we've talked about so far, has the most potential to be really interesting. Like, could be a Miss Marvel situation where, like, you know, it's hero's journey. It's just I have a lot of hope for this show. And of course, this show's themes center around magic versus technology, with the villain Parker Robbins, aka the Hood. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm not too sure how that leads. Could be more mystic stuff for more, but yeah. What do you guys expect from Riri's journey for this series? Let's go with Nova.
I think the HUD thing will be like more like the Mysterio stuff.
Yeah. Nova, what do you
That's a
think?
nice take.
Go ahead, Nova.
Yeah, Nova, go.
Yes,
Testing.
I do believe. So, honestly, I do believe that we're gonna see a lot of the mixed side versus tech. I really have no expectations for that. I want to see what they present us through Wakanda Forever and see how that goes.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Wakanda Forever is.
And after,
What?
I was just saying that most likely after the Wakanda Forever movie, we'll actually get more insight of what she was doing, because we know that Riri Williams was an MIT student from the comics. We know that Tony Stark went to MIT, and I believe Civil War, so we could see like a little flashback of maybe she saw him, and that we see a little glimpse of that. And honestly, we just gotta wait for Wakanda Forever to see how they present her, and from there we can really get our full-on theories on what's gonna happen in the show.
I mean, if you want, going off your MIT thing, she could have also been a part of the Stark internship program, like Peter was, but in a different way. How she was actually in the labs creating Iron Man armor and actually being a more techno side of the internship program, which I think would be pretty sick if she was actually like behind the scenes the whole time, and like all the scrap shit she got was stuff she got from the lab before she left to Wakanda.
That would be a sick detail.
So-
like, just to have her connect, like, the MCU, like, internship of Stark, like, just that being a thing and bringing that full circle, that would be great. That's a very Marvel thing to do, so I hope
Yeah.
that.
I mean, this Ironheart could also be, you know, the next step for the Iron Man legacy in the MCU, especially with it being so big and so, I guess, nostalgic for people, because, you know, Tony Stark is like the first character we've ever seen for a lot of us. And so I think Riri could be a really good vessel to carry on not only just Iron Man, but also just what Iron Man means to the MCU, you know.
One thing I also like about Riri herself is that, you know, we're used to like the male aspect of being like a big hero. Like, for example, like Sam Wilson has to replace Steve Rogers. He's also a man. Sadly, Jane Foster was supposed to replace Thor, but we saw how that happened. So Thor replaces Thor with himself. So we don't get to see that. So this is the first time we see like a female. She-Hulk, but Hulk is also still alive. So that's also like Hulk is replacing Hulk. Like it's weird. They're trying like they're nerfing female leads so badly, but now we'll actually see a female take the mantle of someone and actually do it herself, the same way Sam Wilson did it, where he had to take the mantle of Steve Rogers and he had to pull through, and we're gonna see Riri do that on the female side, which I'm super excited for.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something different, and we'll see a new perspective. Hopefully, they tackle some of that, but also keep it true to who Riri is, and give a lot of technology, a lot of terms that are gonna have most people like, "What the fuck did she just say?" But still be awesome. So
Right.
that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, dude. I'm very excited with the potential Ironheart has as a show, because you know, we don't have this on the list, but you know, The Marvels is a movie that's coming out soon as well, and you know, Miss Marvel, I think because of the hype Miss Marvel brought in as well, it's going to be, you know, very focused around her and like Captain Marvel's relationship, and also Photon. Photon also needs to be developed in that movie. Goddamn. But I feel like it could be a situation where like these female leads could be like reasons for people to go watch these movies. and that's really fucking cool. To see Miss Marvel, a character that, like, personally I didn't get a lot of hype behind when it first came out, but now understands the hype, see her be, like, the main marketing thing for a movie makes me happy.
No, and just, like, the way that the actress also loves the character.
Right.
We're gonna see someone truly want to continue and to
Nerds finally
truly...
have someone on the inside.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's like it gives us a little bit of reassurance, and
Right.
I'm happy, and
Also,
you know.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
yes,
go ahead.
yes, yes.
How about you don't? Oh, no. I'm kidding.
I do be like,
No. I was gonna say.
honestly do be like that.
No, I was just gonna say that it's probably gonna be the first time they have 3 female leads for a movie. Like that.
Right.
That's not like a women's moment. It's like it's a team. Like it's the MCU is gonna have a team for women. It's not just gonna be like a moment or something.
Moment.
No. It's not gonna be like something in Endgame where it's just like a singular moment or anything like that. It's gonna physically involve the characters within it. It's gonna make it better. It's not gonna make it a one-off.
I get what you mean, because we did get that at, like, Endgame. We're just, they're like, we got it, and it's like a bunch of women. Listen,
it's not
I
as,
love that.
It's not as
I love that, and I
impactful.
think it's cool, and I think it kind of it makes sense in, like, the battlefield. But, like, if that was, like, imagine that moment was the premise of the entire movie, that would suck. And I like that feels more, it feels more genuine. I know we should be talking about Ironheart, but we are talking about the Marvels. It feels more genuine to have these things have, like, all the Miss Marvel, like, universe characters intertwine in a way that's, like, you know, they're swapping places with each other and they have to figure out the mystery. I like that. It's less of, like, superpowers having to be involved and more like a mystery movie. I enjoy it.
Including that, and getting back to Riri, we're just excited to see female roles actually be taken and loved and appreciated and put back into the screen in a well-versed manner. So
God knows Captain Marvel wasn't.
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Come on, dog.
Trash. But again, we want to see better movies, and what bothers me the most is just that, like, a lot of people are saying
Ironheart is a series,
which is good though. It's like a continue. We also had WandaVision, and WandaVision was good, female led, right? So I'm hoping it's on the same spectrum. Is Riri actually fucking pushing it through, giving us the best?
Hey yo.
No.
What the fuck are you saying, dog?
Going through.
Riri doing cool shit, you know, like Riri actually being smart, Riri creating technology, giving us the more developed side of technology, because we kind of saw that with Black Panther, but I think Riri takes it to a whole nother level. And now that we're technically years ahead, this is gonna be technology that's gonna be crazy.
Right.
I think it's definitely going to be dictated by Wakanda. Like, we have nothing as a premise for this series, really. So I feel like Wakanda's either going to lay it out, or we're just going to pick up running in some way.
That's also interesting. That's like an interesting point to look at as well, because since Riri's, I guess, initial, like, start for the MCU is in Wakanda Forever, Wakanda can have such a huge role in her show. Maybe not, like, directly, where, like, you know, you have Shuri and all these other people coming around like, yeah, we're gonna help you make Iron Man armor in America. No, that's probably not gonna happen. But there's there's definitely gonna be, like, sort of like that bond that they're gonna have, because, you know, they fight together, and so along with Pepper and Morgan and Happy, she's also gonna have the support of, like, fucking Wakandan warriors. And probably the smartest girl, the smartest person in the entire MCU. Yeah. She's gonna be so fucking. She's gonna be so loved, and I'm very excited for what they do next with Ironheart. The next one is gonna take a complete fucking 180 from Ironheart, and that's gonna be Werewolf by Night. So a new trailer for Werewolf by Night dropped. Because it's gonna be the Halloween special for Marvel. This series looks quite different from the other Marvel Plus show, from the other Marvel Disney Plus shows, as it's been said not to have CGI very heavily. What we want to see from this show, more of the supernatural side of Marvel, or just another cog in the multiverse saga thing? So
Man thing.
Huh?
Man thing. That's all you need to know.
Man thing. So in the trailer, they revealed a lot. One, they kind of showed the Werewolf by Night. Not really. They did show Man Thing, which was super interesting. I'm glad that he's being sort of brought into the MCU in the same way he was brought into the comics by like these horror type comic books that Marvel had in like the 60s and 70s, I believe. I'm just gonna put my chair up because I feel short. And I enjoy that this show looks like to be in that 1940s, 1950s look, and not have a lot of CGI. I have a personal vendetta against Marvel's use of CGI, the way they've used their workers, and the way they just kind of are just really garbage about quality checking. So to see that this is going to be their first, like, in a while, their first toe dip into using practical effects again and to being more outside the box, I'm really excited.
Well, you guys know that not a large, but like a good portion of like WandaVision was filmed with practical effects. Like the things in like the early episodes were done with practical effects, which was really
Yes,
cool.
and
Like,
and
they
we
were very
said
realistic.
WandaVision is one of like the best shows, man. Well, keep up with the program, Zach.
No, I know. I'm just saying,
No, but
like,
he's got a point.
Gabe's like, we don't really see practical effects. So this also, it's very on brand for like the movie type. Like it's very campy. It's very like 50s, like Gabe said. Like it's all this like difference from what we see. We're seeing like She-Hulk freaking in the modern age with all the shit going on in lawyer shit, like regular life MCU. And like this is going to be a complete turn from that for when it comes out. Like what She-Hulk will end probably like sometime in the next like 2-3 weeks.
It's
When does
gonna
this
end
come out, by the way?
the trailer?
No, I mean, like, when does Werewolf by Night come out?
Halloween, like around Halloween.
Yeah. So it's going to be a complete
like,
tonal
next month.
change to go from that to this.
It's I enjoy it
Yeah,
so
you're gonna
much.
be doing that
So
shit.
I'm the type of person. For those of you who don't know, my favorite Halloween movie of all time is the Halloween Town series, 1, 2, and 3.
Preach.
It's so corny. It's so cheesy. It's so poorly written, but I enjoy it so much because of like one, nostalgia, and two, it's cheesy and it's corny. I love just like the old 1940, 1950 type beat. You have I think, what was it called? Was it Casablanca? You have those types of movies. I don't know. Don't roast me if it's like after 1950. You have Casablanca. You have all these different types
I think
of
that's
like,
around the same time.
movies that had to be creative with how they use production, and it would be interesting to see how they do Werewolf by Night, because of course the TVA is there, so they have to do some CGI stuff because that's a really futuristic thing. But I think if this show does really well, it could be sort of the hint to Marvel that, you know, maybe you could still do practical stuff and it will look amazing, and maybe you can still have that like natural looking environment instead of just like a CGI rendered fucking hellscape. Because like
Hey, bro.
I think I saw a tweet from Natalie Portman, Thor in, well, not anymore.
Not anymore. She
Love and Thunder.
that shit barely lasted.
So
Yo,
in Thor: Love
honestly,
and Thunder, she
didn't
said
last
that
long.
she recorded some of the best scenes in a Best Buy parking lot, which, you know, poetically is very nice. But to me as a person, I would have loved if they built out those scenes and make it feel real, not only just for us, but also for the actors.
Like
Because
they did for the first Thor movie? Bro, they made that whole town.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, they did.
Like I don't know. I feel like
No, you're not
They're
off
getting
because
lazy.
like no, yeah, he's right. They are getting lazy because like there's I watched a video on like the pre-production of, not to get sidetracked, but just for context, watch pre-production for the Andor series for Star Wars that's coming out soon. They shot everything, all the landscape shots for like visuals and everything of like planets and things. They shot that in real life, like, and you can see it in the quality of what they're filming. Like,
and
obviously,
that's
the
why
starship
a lot
is
of the
freaking
Star
CGI,
Wars
but-
stuff, like the Mandalorian and all that shit, is
Right.
miles better from any fucking MCU show you're gonna get.
It's Gabe. It's funny you bring that up because a lot of the Mandalorian is filmed in a volume, but they still do a lot of like real world stuff, which is also good too. But it's weird to see like how some shows take it very seriously and take their work very seriously, and others are willing to make shortcuts up the ass for no goddamn reason other than, oh, we don't need it.
Right.
Like that's very polarizing, and I think that's one of the problems with
I'm also
MCU just in general.
I'm
Not to get on
als-
a rant, but just or any
you're
list,
good.
our long
I'm
list.
I'm also very interested to see if maybe Werewolf by Night will join the Midnight Suns or some form of like mystical team in Marvel, because him and Man-Thing, you know, paired with like
Yeah.
Wong and
Mm-hmm. That would be any different.
I
Grim,
think
no,
I think
no,
I think
oh,
they
whoa,
should
wait,
pair him up with
no,
me. You know,
oh,
I think,
Grim, you're okay? Do you need like a
I think a
Alka-Seltzer?
certain
Or...
character.
bro.
I think a certain character needs to come into play
I
first.
think they need to.
Yes. Yes. If you in the audience are as dense as I am, Grim is really wanting to see the return of who? Who Grim? Who do you want to see back?
Hold on, let me get the figure. Hold on.
He's fucking
Bro, he's gonna hold
nerd.
the little guy up.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I love that 720p quality. Can you just say his name just in case?
Yeah, just in case. For
First
the
of all,
freaking...
I want to see the return of the All-Righter, the fucking engine of vengeance, Robbie Reyes. And listen,
He should be a WWE announcer. That was good.
listen.
Listen. Listen. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. So, the actor is turning 40 very soon.
Damn.
He's getting old. So, knowing MCU history and recasting, and technically Shields is not canon.
Oh my god.
They should.
Don't slander them. Don't slander them.
Anyways,
should-
Canon.
anyways,
should-
yes.
You're gonna start a fight, my guy.
Yes,
They
it
should,
would.
they should
It would.
I
They
go
I'll
should
start one.
pick.
I'll
They
start
should pick.
Yes,
a
it would be
new
cool
guy.
to see Robbie Reyes in the MCU or back at it from Agents of Shield. Obviously, I feel like if you're talking about anything mystical and spiritual and Marvel magic based at all, it's definitely good to have the Ghost Rider, your Sorcerer Supreme, and possibly Moon Knight. I would be very excited. Moon Knight. Also, I think
Honestly, Moon Knight has to be a Midnight Suns because he was originally a Midnight Sun.
If not there, I heard he's also rumored to be in New World Order, which is interesting.
That would be random.
him
but
and
cool.
him and Lila are supposed to be there, but that's neither here or there. Do you guys have anything else to add for Werewolf by
I
Night?
want to hear
Lila?
Nova's impressions of Werewolf by Night because it's all horror themed, and he and I have that in common. So I'd love to hear what he thinks because it seems very, I don't know, different.
Yeah.
Nova, you got
so-
any thoughts?
Yeah, so Casablanca came out in 42.
Shut the fuck up, Grim.
And a better comparison of Werewolf by Night would be like the movie, the original Frankenstein, probably the original Dracula, where it's all black and white. That's a better comparison than Casablanca.
Sorry, I was
That's what I
off
was
the top
thinking
of my
too.
head. I'm sorry.
Like, that was immediately where my head went.
All right. First of all, let's give him prop for even knowing what the fuck Casablanca is because I've watched
know
that
what it
movie I think twice. Nobody else knows what the fuck that is. I mean, obviously, I wasn't born in that
I'm
time, but
cultured
I
enough,
do
man.
watch. I do watch a lot of films, so I have to give him his.
No, I
props
agree.
because
I
he
agree with
knew.
Nova. This does look like I
The
think
original,
it looks a lot. I think it looks like the Frankenstein movie a lot.
The original Frankenstein, yes.
Yeah.
And there was
Yeah.
so Dracula was inspired by another character. I'm trying to remember who that's
But while he's thinking, Nova, what would you want to see out of this out of the series?
Well, we're gonna see, like you said, a lot of practical effects. They're not even doing CGI for the werewolf. They're doing literally putting fur on the body like they did before it in the 40s. So it's not even like CGI. So I think they're taking a good approach for that. I want to see how it looks because it does look like it was done in the 40s. Probably the best thing we could probably see from this is what type of. It seems like they're trying to do like a, I guess, I don't know what to call it. I guess who is the killer? I guess.
Right.
But even though we know it, even though we know who the killer is and all that, they're like, oh, who is the werewolf? And they're gonna play up in that theme, and we see the werewolves have fun. To be honest, I want to see people getting killed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a
In
very-
the trailer, they fucking cut they like literally cut in half and like just tear to shreds TVA agents. It's so fucking cool. I'm very excited.
I found it.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
that,
Sorry. My train of thought came in.
What were you gonna say?
So there was a movie in 1922 called Nostifaru, and that's where the original classic, like first ever version of a vampire came from, which was like the basis for Dracula. And so that's exactly what Werewolf by Werewolf by Midnight is on. Like it has the same type of like coloring for like the character's face and how some of the emotions are portrayed. It's also very practical because it's 1922. Where the fuck are they gonna get CGI from?
Right.
And it's just like if you look at Nostafaro, like if you see like a trailer or a clip and then you watch Werewolf by Midnight, it sort of feels very interconnected.
Yeah, I'm excited. Ralph, do you have anything to add for Werewolf by Night?
Nope.
All right, let's. We're just gonna jump in straight to the next one. The next thing we're gonna talk about is Secret Invasion. Boys, if we're gonna talk about anything hype that's not Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, it has to be Secret Invasion. For those of you that don't know, Secret Invasion is probably one of the bigger events in the comics where Skrulls, the green homies that you saw in the original Captain Marvel movie, basically go on Earth and impersonate superheroes and try to take over the world. It's interesting because we haven't seen this in the MCU yet, but there's this thing called Super Skrulls, where they're able to mimic and basically retain a lot of superheroes' abilities and powers. It's an amazing story that makes it hard to distinguish friend or foe, and Marvel has released an official trailer for Secret Invasion. This differs a bit from the comics because it's not the entire Skrull like race, but a small unit of Skrulls trying to take over. So my question to you guys is, what would be your most anticipated or favorite Skrull cameo? And how will this affect the MCU going forward? I think.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
I think if they really want to fuck with us, bring Robert Downey Jr. back as a Skrull.
That would just that'd be like a low
too
thing.
soon. I think
That's
it's
too
too
soon.
soon.
It would be-
Yeah.
it would be a flip
Too
at this
soon.
moment.
Too soon.
Hold up. When did Endgame come out? Hold up.
When did
Like,
it come out, or when did
2019.
when did it take place?
Brother, it don't even matter.
It's
For us, it's
2023.
been 2019.
No. It's too soon. It's too soon. I feel like they should bring characters like, for example, if they bring like Nicolas Cage as Johnny Blaze, but that's like a scroll, that'd be fucking beautiful. I'd nut in my seat.
That
Did
I
pull a
don't know.
Ralph Boner
I feel
joke through
very-
that? That would make
yeah,
sense.
that would be that would be a very that thing to do.
I think
Honestly,
if they
wanna-
ever do Skrull cameos, it would be people or things that we have seen already, just to have that familiarity. Maybe one or two will be like characters we've never seen before, and they have their powers like Johnny Blaze. But I think if you're talking about the realm of possibilities for these cameos, it definitely has to be people who are connected to Fury. So I think a good example
Yeah.
would probably be Steve Rogers, Captain America, like, but just younger. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if. Well, I think Fury might know this, but like Cap is like now an old dude, and maybe if he sees younger Cap or like sees older Cap, I don't know. I feel like Steve Rogers as an entity might appear. You also have the evil dude from Winter Soldier. What was his name? The villain that was like in Shield.
Alexander Pierce.
Alexander
Alexander
Pierce.
Pierce?
I don't know. If you're talking about who is directly correlated with the main cast, it's hard to pick out a cameo. But if you're talking about heroes, shit, you can have like Thor. You can have fucking Captain America. You can have not T'Challa. I was gonna say, wow.
Hey yo,
Damn.
you.
Way to speak
Rest,
ill of the dead.
rest,
Alright,
rest,
no,
rest in peace.
I got a thought about this because I love spy movies. This is definitely gonna. I hope they take and learn from everything they did, or have somebody from the Agents of Shield series that worked on the first season, because that was all spy, all cloak and dagger, shadows shit. Like
That's the
working
shit I
in the
have
dark.
questions about though, because I feel like this show could overwrite everything that Agents of Shield ever did, because
And
this
I'd be
has the
fine with
ability
it if they
to.
do it right.
No, because there are rumors that Amelia Clark's character is Quake, that she is taking place of Sky, like that she's
be
she's
different.
Quake. And if that were the case, and since Agents of Shield is no longer canon, technically Phil Coulson, he could have been brought back, but in a different way, like not like in
they
Agents of
could
Shield.
make a
could
Skrull
bring
Phil
him-
Coulson.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. So they could
That'd
bring
be-
all
see,
those
that'd be
characters in.
interesting. But see, this is the thing, because they can still canonize Agents of Shield just in a mirrored universe, like slightly off. Because like we have the multiverse now. Literally everything diverges at a certain point. Everything is in the background. Coulson could have just been running this team on the side in a different universe. Everything happens, just they're running parallel to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of things can
Sure, but you're
still
asking
be
a different
kept track.
question.
No, true, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
like. Things
I
are,
do agree, though.
certain things can be canonized and not canonized. Like
So let's
we
talk
can
about
have
something completely different.
AK,
No, I'm just
shut the
saying-
fuck up.
Listen, Zach. Listen. As people like, as the only other person in this call that have watched Agents of Shield to its entirety.
I watched the
do-
episode. Get your fucking facts straight.
I said the entire show to its entirety.
You didn't finish
Yes.
your sentence. My bad.
I
No, he
did
didn't
finish it, you did
didn't
let
shut
me.
up. Let him finish.
I
Go
do
on,
want it to
Ralph.
be. I do want it to be canon, but like, still, like, I feel like
it's
it would be
fine,
better if they
Charles,
didn't. I feel like it would be better if they didn't.
If it's not canon, you know, someone.
Exactly, exactly.
All right.
Someone can fill this-
I'm just
You
to
know,
get
like-
back to the main point, like you were talking about.
Oh
Gabe,
shit,
I think
Kevin,
they need to.
what's good, baby?
I think they really need to like bring that element back. Like they need to have everybody working in the dark, working on being like kind of a little paranoid because like, dude, what they showed in the trailer, I was so amazed with. The way that the scrolls transformed midway through a scene was
good.
like clean as hell. Like I'm surprised it looked that good because of how Marvel's VFX has been going. Because that shit was like freaking Mystique clean.
Well,
like,
I mean, like, not to
God
critique, but I mean, faster CGI is a lot easier instead of pulling frame rates.
True, but like it still looks clean and like. And lately, what we've been getting hasn't always looked that great.
It does look really good. I'm really excited for that. I'm concerned about the whole Nick Fury thing, though. I'll be honest, because it's like, it's kind of like they're introducing Nick Fury in the series like we don't know Nick Fury at all. Like we've never seen him before. Like
Well,
it's
if
been a
you-
scroll this entire time throughout all of the Avengers shit. Like it's been him.
If you look at the perspective of someone, because I can see the perspective of a lot of fans who are only just now or like only recently hopped into the MCU, and like Nick Fury died in Avengers 2, right?
No,
And
you're
No,
talking.
he
No,
died in
you're
Winter
talking about
Soldier.
Captain. You're talking about Captain America 2.
Yes.
Did Age of Ultron happen? Yeah, it did. Wow, happened
It happened
before.
afterward.
Oh,
It happened after.
Yep. What happened after? But yes.
right. So the last time we see him is it no.
We see him in Endgame.
Listen,
He's
the last time
around.
we
Do
no,
we?
the last time we officially see him is confirmed by Talos, but I forgot the number.
Right, because
It's-
he
like, no,
last
it's
time we
confirmed.
saw
It's
him was in
no, it's
No Way
by
Home.
Damage Control.
No,
It was
Homecoming.
by Damage Control. It was by Damage
No
Control
Way
because they
Home.
said that he's been
Hold on,
off
I'm
world for. He said that he's been off
No,
world
I'm
for
saying-
like
I'm
several
saying-
years.
I'm saying like
We saw him in Spider-Man Far From Home
right,
in the post-credits.
right.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
that's
like
what I'm saying.
officially,
That's
yeah.
the last time we saw him. And Far From Home, it's been a fucking while, and that really didn't give a lot of
Canonically, yeah.
fans. Canonically, that didn't give fans a lot of time to get to know the character before. Like, if they didn't go back to watch older Avengers films and Captain America movie, which I think they should, but like if they haven't, they're not gonna know Nick Fury. I also like to think that Nick Fury has probably changed a lot since the last time we saw him, because there's a good chance that, like, you know, after he got blipped and brought back to life, you know, he's not the same person with the same type of power anymore. You know, he used to know everything, and now he's just trying to make sure, like, you know, Big Brother type shit, trying to keep the world safe from a distance. And now he's being brought out to hiding.
This is also interesting because like it's like this seems more like a Skrull civil war.
True.
Because
Right.
Talos is on his side. Talos is on his side, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talos is
The
in
other
one in the
Skrulls
dark.
don't
Like
know
we
shit.
see that.
And
We see
yeah.
that in the trailer. He's in the dark about a lot. He's
I
like,
always
what
thought that
the
was
hell is going on?
confused. I always thought that was confusing in Captain Marvel. I'm like, all right, so all the Skrulls were okay with their oppressor being the one to save them. That's so cool, I guess. Yeah, no, I think it just makes so much sense for them to be like, yeah, no, fuck that, fuck them, fuck people of Earth. And
Yeah, no, they can easily go the other direction. Like, it's not a leap to say that. But what I think is cool is that, like, what you brought up with Fury, like, we don't know where he's at. But one thing I disagree with is he still knows a lot of shit. He knows where a lot of bodies are buried. He knows a lot of secrets in the MCU. He ran S.H.I.E.L.D. for a long ass time. At
Yeah,
least
let's be
when
honest now.
big
Damage
things were
Control knows
happening.
more though.
Hmm?
Damage Control knows a lot
I'm
more.
pretty sure he
does now.
controls.
No,
Knowing-
Damage Control
knowing-
knows the
knowing
shit, the new
Fury-
shit. Like, they have control. That's about it.
I
Knowing
wouldn't be
They-
surprised if
Fury-
Damage
knows where
Control was
everything's
in this
buried.
and like they're running Hydra. Or something.
Knowing Damage Control, Fury probably has them in their back pocket, and that's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Probably.
Sort
yeah.
of.
Yeah, I think this is
The fact that
definitely
they
going
knew
to
where he
be.
was is a thing.
I think this is definitely going to be the bigger high points in Phase 5, and definitely going to be having a lot of effort put into it. Please, Marvel, don't fuck up the show. Please don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Like,
Pause me.
no, I'm gonna. You're getting muted. So yeah, I guess we could move on to we did this pretty fast. We can move on to our final written topic of the podcast, which is Daredevil Born Again, which I definitely did not expect to see at D23. I thought we weren't even gonna get any announcement for it until like a month or two before the show was released. But
Wait, really?
yeah, dude. Like,
To be honest, I was kind of expecting it.
the way they kept this show under wraps, and the way they try to keep like Charlie Cox's like involvement in the MCU in general, like under wraps, has been so secretive. I was so surprised. That's just me. But yeah,
They've been rolling him out pretty quickly though. That's why I wasn't surprised that they announced it now.
I was surprised at how quickly they rolled him out, because like I didn't expect to get Daredevil Born Again until like, or Daredevil anything like major until like next year, maybe like next
Right.
Comic-Con sometime. Then like I didn't expect that.
So the confirmed characters coming back for Daredevil Born Again are, of course, Daredevil himself, Matt Murdock. Kingpin is also making a return to Daredevil Born Again. Karen Page is coming back, and Foggy
not
Nelson.
confirmed. That's not confirmed.
It is confirmed
By who?
by
At
her.
Comic-Con they announced no.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, like at D23 they said no.
What?
They're
That's
not.
sad.
They're not
I
confirmed. They
think,
come back.
Because
at all.
I thought Karen Page and Foggy Nelson supposed to come back. I know Foggy.
No,
Foggy has to come back. There is no way.
That's still a rumor, and they also said that it's not a continuation from Netflix. That's what I'm
yes,
hearing.
Right.
that is the most bummed thing about this whole thing for me.
So here's
It's
the question.
confirmed on Twitter by another account, so I wouldn't say so.
No,
Right.
I would not
So
trust that.
here's-
We
Yeah,
got
it's-
two
it's-
people.
it's-
We got two people.
So here's the things that we
Murdoch
know.
and
So,
Kingpin, that's
here's the
it.
things that we know about this show besides characters. Supposed to start production 2024, the spring of 2024, and it's supposed to be an 18 episode season. Way bigger than any other MCU Disney Plus show we've had so far. Also, I want to point out that this is like a side tangent. I just found this out this morning. Spectacular Spider-Man will be going to Disney Plus next month.
Cool.
I'm not saying a
That's
season
actually
3 is
pretty
going to
sweet.
happen. I really hope it does. Anyways, so because of the confusion between what is canon from the from the Marvel Netflix show to the Disney Plus show, what do you guys think that from the Netflix show that they are going to continue over to the Disney Plus show? I definitely think having the original characters from that show is important and really cool that they
They
did
said
that.
they wouldn't though. That's the main thing. Like Charlie Cox said in an interview, don't think of this as Daredevil season 4. Think of this as
right.
Daredevil season 1.
What I'm saying is, they could cherry pick a lot of what they want to add
Right.
from the series, because from what I've heard and what I think is going to happen, they're going to have like a mixed bag of things that are canon from the Netflix show and things that are not. Like, I consider, like, for example, all of season 1 of Daredevil, or most of season 1, to be canon, with, you know, Daredevil putting Kingpin away and then him coming back out somehow. I think that's what happened. We're gonna pick them up there. If not, it could really just be them not using any of the Netflix material and just acting like this is a completely different iteration of the character. Which, if that's the case, sure.
Honestly, I just see the Netflix series as like another world that they're on and there's variants, and there's some hints towards that they have some similarities and all that. Also, there's some more hints of that actually being happening from the recent show that they were having in She-Hulk, where they're also hinting at Daredevil and his storyline on that. But honestly, I just want us to think about it is that the next best thing was its own thing. Let it be its own world, and that can have that open ending where whatever happened in that world we might see in the future down. But I want this to be like a fresh slate, get some similarities so they can get some Easter eggs, get them talking about it, but not really connected to that Netflix series, to be fully honest.
So let me rephrase the question then. What do you guys want to see out of this Daredevil show that the Netflix series hasn't already done?
Well, first off, we
that's harder.
saw a newish version of Kingpin because of Hawkeye.
Right.
So I want to see like Kingpin be developed the way it was in the original Netflix show, but in the MCU. I want to see Kingpin have power, and like in the comics, I want to see at some point Kingpin become a governor. I want to see him in true power and how that affects the other heroes. I want to see like the where the law where the superheroing is outlaw and all that shit. I truly want to
There's
see.
so many New York. There's so many New York like heroes and villains,
So-
and Kingpin is at the center of all of it. It needs to happen.
I
And
think it would
exactly.
be super interesting. For those of you who don't read comics, there was an event in comics recently called Devil's Reign, where basically Fisk is the mayor and has banned all superhero activity in general. So people like in New York City specifically. So people like Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Daredevil, She-Hulk, Fantastic Four are all imprisoned and having to figure out how to get through it. It's very cool.
X-Men too got very close.
Right. It's a very cool story. If you ever want to read it, please go take a look. I'm pretty sure the full story is out in a graphic novel. Besides that, yeah, they could do something like that where after the Daredevil season 1, like the Born Again season 1, they could have a movie where it's all New York-based superheroes having to fucking fend off their lives by the city of New York. And it actually connects because if you're talking about Devil's Reign, it uses a lot of characters from the original Netflix show, like Adrian Toomes, Jesus, the Purple Man, his children, and Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. It uses a lot of the core Defenders. So yeah, I would definitely be excited to see something like that. I actually would be excited to see a new version of Bullseye as well.
He's I think like he's the most rumored to come back for sure. Like
Right.
Bullseye,
Well,
like
that's
Bullseye's
definitely
confirmed.
fan.
And there's a,
There's
there's also
concept art for Bullseye as well, having his comic accuracy.
his comic accurate too. That's been, and it's actually like it looks too professional to be just a like it looks more
A
like
lot
a
of things.
type thing.
So let's
It looks-
just
it looks
say,
more like a
There's,
concept art.
there's people like
Allegedly.
Boss Logic who now just make shit look too beautiful, and you're like, holy shit, that needs to be real.
sometimes he fumbles.
No, sometimes he does, but sometimes you look at it and you're like, holy shit, that could work.
Right, like I saw an image that he created of Penn Badgley as Mr. Fantastic. That shit looked pretty freaking accurate. Like, God, I could see him as that in that role.
Again,
It's scary how close some of them can come.
there can also be things like the hand coming back in a big way, maybe influencing things in the shadows, sort of like how the Ten Rings have in Shang-Chi. I would be very excited to see how that goes.
I feel like we'll get a lot of answers, to our questions about Daredevil, like in the next coming episodes of She-Hulk, especially with that.
I don't
like,
think so.
spoilers.
I feel like Daredevil's just gonna.
No,
be there.
at least like
No,
at
bro,
least Daredevil's
She-Hulk
personality.
has nothing else.
Or
I'm
are
pretty
you
sure they're gonna
talking
put
about-
Daredevil.
At least Daredevil's personality. I'm talking about
Are you-
Daredevil's personality.
it could
And
also be like his
some of his origin.
It could also be like his current situation of what he's dealing with.
Yeah, because why the fuck is he in LA?
Sorry, I
True.
didn't see you there.
True. Didn't he
Like,
move?
what the fuck is he doing in LA?
I don't know if he moved to LA, but I know in the comics he did go
No.
to San Francisco.
Yeah, he's traveled around, but mostly he stays in New York, which would be the weird thing. I feel like it's gonna be one way or the other. She-Hulk's either gonna run cross paths with him. That's just
But
it.
you
I don't
think
think the
What,
setting
like,
matters.
just to pick up a suit and then go back to New York? Fuck, man, that sucks.
Like no, but that would
Hey.
be very on brand for She-Hulk how it's running right now. Like that seems
That would be
like a
on brand,
thing that
yeah.
they do. Like,
Hey,
that's
but like,
plausible.
I feel like what could happen is because the guy who made Daredevil suits in like the Netflix show died, and so maybe he's
Wait, like
finding
in real life, or
He
no,
got
no,
arrested.
no, like in the
I
show.
thought he got arrested. I thought he got arrested.
No, he died. Oh,
Actor?
did
oh
I,
no.
Did I spoil? Oh no. Yeah, he's fucking gone.
I thought,
Yeah, he's dead.
Motherfucker's dead. But
Oof.
what could be happening is
Melvin,
that
I think his name is like Malvin or Melvin.
Yes,
some
it
he
shit
could
like that.
Melvin,
just be
yeah.
having
Oh,
someone
I
else that he
fucking cried
knows.
that scene.
He could be having someone else that he knows. Do you know what this could be? And I would love if this is the case. There is this little tiny story about. It happens in New York, but they could change the location anytime. There's like this manufacturer dude that is in the comics who makes the costumes for all the supervillains and superheroes, and it's like in a New York like antique shop and he like just basically repairs them and fixes them every time. It could be a version of that where they're just like, yeah, this guy is like a universal.
Hey, can I spoil She-Hulk,
I don't care.
the newest episode? So in this
Spoiler.
episode,
There.
so
You're
so
done.
in this episode, right? They go see this guy and like, and he's undercover in a boba shop, and
Yeah.
like it's really like underground, and like there's this fashion artist that like actually makes suits for superheroes and stuff like that. And at the end of the episode, we see Daredevil's helmet like for delivery, like for
Right.
pickup. I
Oh,
think it was, like,
actually,
ready. Yeah, like
That's
actually, like
super
his
cool.
helmet.
And we also see his suit in the background of that too.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
I just
wait,
saw the
wait.
helmet in that.
We see
like,
the
half
yellow.
box.
We see the yellow and red. Yeah.
Wait. I got an idea on what
Oh,
on
no.
Daredevil Born Again, because like again, it's like a reboot type of thing, right? So
I'm really nervous.
listen, 100%. I'm thinking disregard everything that happened in Netflix. Knowing Marvel, they're gonna like try to rearrange everything.
Okay.
And so they're gonna give a new origin to Daredevil, sort of how they did Kingpin. Because like if you see Hawkeye, Kingpin is different. Like he's not like you could tell is not the same
Yes,
Kingpin
he
You
from
can
the
tell he lost
Netflix
his
show.
shit.
Yeah, like he's beginning. Whoa, Jesus Christ!
Beginning. In the beginning. In the beginning.
Beginning Kingpin, because you could tell that he doesn't have the resources he had before. He's working with like the worst mafia you could ever find, and that's not Kingpin at all. So
Bro.
what I'm thinking, bro,
Bro.
the tracksuit mafia is fucking trash. I don't want to hear it.
Bro, why
I
you say
agree
this to
with
me,
Graham.
bro? Bro, what are you
I
talking
know you
about,
love
bro?
I love you. I know you love the meme of it, Gabe, but he's not wrong. There's fucking
Bro,
trash.
do you not
Kingpin
like
has had
my pink
assassins.
swimsuit, bro?
No, but listen,
Kingpin has
and
assassins
so
and goons up the ass, and this was a bunch of
Whoa,
idiots running around
pause,
in a trash.
pause. What did you
I-
say?
I think, listen, ignoring that, I think Melvin is not gonna be relevant at all. Like it's just his death
Sadly,
is gonna
yeah.
be completely worthless. And then this is the start. We're gonna see Daredevil start from the pure beginning, and that's why he's getting his yellow and red suit. Because what I'm assuming is this is the first time he's ever like appearing more as Daredevil and actually taking it as his actual like secondary persona. And then I feel like at some point Marvel's gonna say some shitty ass joke like, "Why are you wearing that suit? That shit is so ass," or like so lame. Like what is this? And then they'll fucking probably mention the year the first Daredevil comic ever came out, and then they're gonna bring in the new suit, which would be red, but is probably gonna be very different from the one in the Netflix shows because Marvel likes to reboot and act like they didn't see anything before.
It's funny though, because from what we've seen in the She-Hulk trailers, like that suit looks like just the yellow version, like the yellow and red version of the old suit from the Netflix series. Like it
Yeah,
looks
and I feel
very,
like they
very
want to
similar.
resemble that, but because this is the first suit, and I'm assuming that the next suit, because they're trying to do a lot of comic book accuracy. Especially we saw that with Spider-Man, how he had his comic book original classic suit. I feel like they're gonna do this yellow and red to make people feel like, oh my god, it's the same Daredevil. And then next up, we'll actually see the red cargo pants.
I see his
okay?
cams from
Hello,
like
hello?
5 minutes
Can
ago.
you guys-
Yeah, you're back, bro.
Can you guys hear me?
We had no audio,
Did
but
the
you're
stream
back.
did the stream fucking die? No, it didn't.
Damn, at the end of the stream,
Yes.
bro, when we're
Yes,
wrapping
it-
it up.
Bro, no.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wait, can you guys
It's
hear me?
fine.
Can you guys hear
It's
me
a
okay?
technical
Can you guys hear me okay?
This man just called me.
Can't hear you.
Dude.
This man just called
Oh
me.
no.
Can't hear you, bro.
Oh no. Oh no.
Give him a second. Don't be on his ass. He'll figure it out.
I'm calling him.
No, bro, he's
Leave him alone.
Hello?
He's
Hello?
gone.
Hello? Hello?
no.
Hello?
Oh, we can
There
hear
he
you.
is.
There he is.
Okay.
There you go.
All
we're
right,
good.
so guys, shout out to my computer. My computer just fucking died. That's great. Let's wrap this up quick before it dies.
Damn,
again.
and you were bullying Zach on his shitty ass computer. That's karma.
Okay, he's not the one streaming
little
right
bit.
now. Fuck you.
No, that is fair, dude.
Okay,
no
continuing
shit.
where you
Discord
left
takes
off.
up a lot
I
of bandwidth.
remember.
Alright,
I
so
remember.
finishing-
hold up. I remember seeing a. They posted a photo for the new Disney attraction that's coming out into Avengers Campus, and we see Daredevil not in the red and gold suit. We see him in a complete red one, and it's a completely new one from the Netflix show, and I'm guessing that's what you're referring to, which makes sense. If you want to start the new show, you got to start him in a new look that looks similar but not the same to what we've experienced before. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. We also saw a good look at Werewolf by Night in that poster, versus King Thanos, which I want to go to Avengers Campus. I really want to see that shit. But yeah,
We're gonna vote.
sorry, Grim, go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, as I was saying, as you confirmed with the Avengers Campus thing, I feel like they're gonna try to bring a whole different thing. They're just gonna try to eradicate more, the most they can from the Netflix show, and they're just gonna try to make it new, make it something fresh, but still on the MCU level. Sadly, though, because of how they're building up the MCU and how they're making stuff, I don't know if it'll be the same quality. Even if they try, quote unquote, try to make it the same quality, I feel like they're just gonna be too focused on nerfing it. It'll be like Moon Knight, where they focused too hard on nerfing it that we never got to see like a real good, badass fighting sequence because he snapped out of it.
Right.
So I have a question because you brought that up. Like, there's issues that the MCU has had. Does anybody, because you guys were talking about the suits, does anybody really want to see the OG red spandex suit that Daredevil usually wears? Like,
Yes,
like you
but
guys
for
were saying
other
about the
reasons.
chains.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bring it back.
'Cause, like, no, I'm saying
that-
like
bring it
Bring
back.
that spandex up
Bro,
Make
with
it
boy.
know how,
Make it a
don't know
Disney
how,
Plus show. Let me get my lotion out, dog.
bro,
Listen,
I think
he
we can
isn't
all remember
ready.
what Ben Affleck looked in
He-
that goddamn
he
suit.
isn't-
So I
No,
don't think, I don't
He
know how
isn't
much
ready
you wanna
for the
run
New
to that.
Jersey special.
you know,
I am
what's
showing
so-
my little
Damn
Daredevil,
right.
bro.
I want to see the current
what?
Devil Reigns Daredevil suit. Like, I want to see the cargo pants with a tight shirt.
Yeah, I want to see that
Like,
shit,
I
dog.
want to see them abs ripping through the. I mean,
I want to see his. I
yo.
mean, yeah, his abs. Yeah, that's definitely. Let's go see his abs.
You're there for the
Oh,
plot,
that's 2
right?
more minutes from exporting. Let's go.
Oh, dude, boys, I think, despite what Grim has said in the beginning, I am very excited for what is to come, MCU wise. There's definitely a lot of things that could really just be pure misses, but stuff like Thunderbolts, I have a lot of hope for. Werewolf by Night, I have a lot of hope for. Daredevil Board, dude, if they fuck up Daredevil Board again,
I'm switching to DC again.
No,
No,
bro.
you know
I'm
you're gonna be-
doing the-
you know you're gonna be
I'm doing
seeing?
the-
by the time Daredevil Board again comes out, you might as well just be watching Invincible season 2, dog.
Oh, for real.
Facts.
Dude.
Bro, I'm drawing the line.
Yo,
at
if you guys
Secret
don't-
Invasion.
if you
they
guys don't
fuck
like
that up, I'm
Marvel,
done.
If you guys don't like Marvel or what DC is doing, go check out other publishers. People like Invincible, The Fucking Boys, dude. They're blowing.
killing it.
They're
They're
blowing
killing it.
Marvel
They're killing
and
it.
DC out of the fucking water.
Honestly, if I'm not gonna lie, if The Boys was on Netflix, I think it'd do way better. Like
Nah, even
Yeah.
it,
yeah,
here's the
because
problem.
Netflix is
It
more
doesn't-
accessible.
Here's the problem.
That's the thing.
No, but here's the problem, right? Netflix, if it were to be on Netflix, its episodic nature would be lost, because it would just be the
Right.
full season.
No, I know, but the thing is, the Boys itself has good content, right? And a lot of adults who would like the type of stuff that is in The Boys only have Netflix, because Netflix it's easy. Almost everyone you know has Netflix or is stealing Netflix from someone.
Hey,
But when it comes to
don't say
Amazon
that.
Prime-
They don't know. Shut up.
They do know, anyways.
No, they
They,
don't.
know, they added an algorithm for that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Oh no.
everybody's gonna keep doing it. Nobody gives a fuck. Netflix, you are benefiting from people having you in general because you dying, bro. Disney Plus is fucking you. So just
that's what
take what you get and don't get upset, bro. Don't get upset.
But what I'm gonna go off of is you just brought that up. Netflix is dying. They would galvanize the boys. That's what I think is the worst part. They
Yeah.
see they if
Hey,
they
No,
have
'cause
people
look at-
that
look
see
at-
the
okay,
boys,
okay,
they would
okay.
galvanize
Guys.
Stranger
just to
Things.
gain
Look at
ratings.
good
Guys, guys.
Look at how good
Guys.
Stranger Things did.
All right, we're
An
gonna.
argument with
It's
an
all
argument.
right.
This is definitely
Yeah,
a
let's
topic
go off
for
on
a
a
different
tangent.
day.
True.
Boys,
Different debate.
anything else you want to talk about before you wrap up and my computer explodes?
Kevin Feige. Hit my phone up, baby.
Nah, I'm muting his ass.
Wait, Gabe, do
Nah.
you want to just wrap it up, or do you want to
Hey,
go?
If you guys want to talk about anything else, the stream doesn't end even if my computer crashes.
I
Well,
finished
Ralph,
editing
you wanna
for
do it?
once.
Nice.
Do what?
No, I think
Gonna
we're
bring it up on
tired
topic, or-
and ready to head out.
If you guys want to
Well,
talk
guys,
about
thank you for
one
watching.
last thing. We're gonna
We can
talk
make it
about.
brief, or
We're
we
gonna
can
talk
not.
about one more thing. Kang.
I'll talk about
The
how
Conqueror.
my paycheck coming. Oh,
We're gonna talk.
Why is he not blue yet? Where's my
Bro,
blue?
do you
Okay.
really? Okay, Jonathan Majors is great. Why do
He's-
you want a blue him? Like, really?
Blue balling me, literally.
No,
I
okay.
want my blue
That's
balls
not what I
all
want to
in
talk
the
about.
face.
I wanted to talk about more of Kang Dynasty.
Okay.
This is.
Oh.
I know it's so far ahead. What? It's like.
It's not that far.
It's what?
It's 2024.
3 years.
It's 2024.
Yeah.
Yes.
No way.
It's not that far away,
Yes.
dude. This is the okay. I'm glad you
Oh,
brought this up. I
it's
want to talk
2020.
about
That's
this.
fine.
This is what I want to talk about.
Dog.
Why does Marvel have so much shit stacked on top of itself?
Hold up. Wait, no,
For
Zach.
Spider-Man.
If you guys want to hear me talk about Marvel's bad quality of CGI
Yes, please
production,
go watch his video.
go watch my video that is coming
Please
out.
go watch his video.
Nova, when is that video coming
tomorrow.
out? Tomorrow.
It will be
Tomorrow.
out tomorrow.
It will be out tomorrow. Ladies and
To get onto
gentlemen,
the little...
I think we're gonna wrap this up, Zach. I
Yeah.
deeply apologize.
No, I
Wait,
get it.
wait, one last thing.
Okay. I swear to
Well,
God,
no,
if
no.
it's fucking asking Kevin Feige.
No.
I'm ending the stream.
Listen, right? So, after reading Avengers Forever, the 2021 run, obviously, and seeing that Man-Thing is coming to the MCU,
Nah,
technically,
I'm
we
a
could
extreme-
have,
don't do it.
we could have a universe where Man-Thing is Doctor Doom. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Whew.
That's all I'm
Why do
saying.
we want that, bro?
Okay.
Why do we
Understand.
want that?
No, you
I
guys-
want a real Doctor
And
He
the
Doom.
scares
You guys are
me.
wrong. You guys are wrong. So Avengers Kang Dynasty comes out at the beginning of 2025, and then Secret Wars comes out at the end of 2025.
Okay.
Regardless, my point
Okay.
being that it's way too goddamn close.
Okay. Anyways,
But that's
No.
not neither here nor there.
I was so nervous, Grandma. You got
It's
me.
fine.
You got me. You got me scared.